On the Edit Content tab, it's very similar to systems like MailChimp, where you've got different content blocks. And you drag them across and put them in between other blocks. So there's a text block, image, throw in a playlist, a button, lots of different options. A few tips: if you're going to do text, write it somewhere else and then copy and paste it here. Because if you spend a whole lot of time writing a really nice email and then you accidentally hit the trash can, it's just going to disappear and all your work is gone. There's no undo option. Within text boxes, you've got the option to add merge tags. Hi, first name. And then there's a default. If there is no name in the database, you could do something like hi there. So that's going to automatically pull first names from the contacts in the list that you're actually sending to. Within text boxes, you can also add images and you can upload them. If you want to edit this image, you click on it. See, it goes orange up here, so then you can click on that and change any of the settings to do with that image. In other options, if we're going to add an image here, we click the pen to edit the block, and then you'd upload on this side over here. Change the width. Lots of different settings. Now, playlist blocks and button blocks are quite interesting. I go to edit the playlist block, and then I choose the playlist from inside Disco. Instead of adding a link to a playlist, I choose that playlist from inside Disco. It appears with the art and the different tracks that are in it. There's the button, which you can change the text. Button colors. And position, as well as padding and various other options. That's a terrible color combination. And then buttons are very similar. Edit the button and you can choose a playlist that links to the button instead of it being a link. You could also just do a link to something else if you wanted to. But if it is content that's in Disco, you definitely want to do the select playlist option. You can also rearrange content blocks just by dragging them. You can also duplicate a content block. So if you've got a really nicely formatted section, you can just duplicate and change out the content. Lastly, there's a footer block. It has a place where you can actually link to socials. They would be your socials. It's not the same as in MailChimp, where you actually have social blocks that you can drop in throughout the email. So each artist would have their own section of social links. In this case, it can only appear once. But if you add them, as soon as you add something into these, it starts adding the icons to the footer. There's also footer text, where you can tell people why they're receiving this email from you. And technically, you do need to have something here for legal reasons.